What is good, Cardano fam, Ada gang? We have so many exciting updates to unpack today. A massive collaboration by IOG. Charles responds to burning of the Treasury. Cardano Yoda chimes in as well. And Snack.fun is live. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. Input Output Global joins DREC Alliance as the final founding members alongside Algorand Foundation, Hedera, Hashgraph, Ripple, and XRPL Labs, advancing interoperable decentralized recovery standards for mass adoption. Well, I remember seeing Ripple join this long ago, and in a nutshell, what they're doing is making recovery simple, accessible. We have a big issue with people losing their seed phrase, thinking that DeFi is like Costco customer service. And so they will be working together to advance standards. And so this is an excellent time where trolls, while they're fighting each other, the Chads, they're working together. This is fantastic news. The DREC Alliance is a group of forward-thinking companies from across Web 2 and Web 3 that are committed to making the process of securing and recovering digital assets, accounts, and other secrets as simple as existing Web 2 experiences. Charles on stream today, fantastic information, was really highlighting the importance of, if it's not an issue, it will be. You know, if you build a great Web3 platform, eventually users may mishandle their keys and they're going to come knocking on you and saying, hey, where's my keys? Where's my seed phrase? And you're like, hey, it's digital ownership, it's DeFi. And then they start pointing the finger at you. Oh, you're a scam, you're this. So we need better services. We need to bridge that gap. It's a big barrier to entry. And so I love this user experience simplification that will benefit everyone. Love this. Founding members take on a leadership role in oversight and governance. IO will hold a 2-year term on the Technical Oversight Committee, TOC, offering critical input on the Alliance's governance structure and core policies. Now, I was watching the stream, and Algorand Foundation CTO also said, again, about joining as a partner chain with Cardano. So, guys, the news for Cardano just continues to build up. A very detailed post straight from DREC Alliance. It's just great to see them as the final founding members. Now, there's going to be more contributions. More people can join, but the final founding members with 2-year seats, fantastic. Lots of contributions. They look forward to working alongside these new members to further drive the collaborative multi-chain efforts to develop an open source industry standard protocol that makes digital asset recovery seamless and secure. We want to make a safer and more accessible Web3 ecosystem that's interoperable. And I love this. All the Chads coming together. Speaking of Chads, you guys crushed this poll. A nice poll and nicer results. Cardano ADA crushes Altcoin Daily's poll with over 10,600 votes just for Cardano. A whopping 2,000 more than Solana. So what's going on here? They say millions and millions of transactions, but we beat them in polls. Often they're getting beaten by XRP. They're beaten by others. So there's some shenanigans going on. I'm not here to point the finger at Solana, but the amount of trolls from Solana, maybe it's bot farms, I don't know, on X, but the numbers are not adding up. And it's really reminding me of when GPU manufacturers would sell you a low-end GPU and tout massive memory and gamify the numbers. And of course, many people will clown these like, oh, it's a poll. You're only good at winning polls. It's proof of community. It's proof that when you back this up with Google Trends showing search queries on Google, on YouTube, Cardano is a top name. So it's just a matter of time, guys. Chainlink, MetaMask, joining DREC Alliance. And now today, happy to announce Snack.fun is live. This is another Pump.fun alternative on Cardano. Massive anticipation. 20K users in 10 seconds. Our systems and Cardano infrastructure are being pushed to the limit. Bullish. Now, there were a little bit of hiccups. Wallet APIs are overloaded, which is slowing transaction building. All will be resolved and the trading will be smooth ASAP. I've seen some trolls fudding Cardano. Guys, Web 2 is not Web 3. Okay, with holdbacks and whatnot, it's not the Cardano blockchain. It's that sometimes if people do not do testing of Web 2 and make sure that it's smooth on Web 2, Web 2 is not Web 3, but haters of Cardano will be like, oh, see, the chain went down. I made a funny comparison and I told someone, it might be in the replies, but I told him like it's like blaming Bitcoin. It's like blaming Bitcoin if PUBG has an outage. Like it's not the same. It's not the same. But it looks like it's up and running. Looks pretty good. It's very simplistic, but I do like the efforts to bring people here and especially leaning on the name. I think there are some advantages with Saturn Swap and some of the other ones. I'm still excited to see Rocket by JPEG Store and potentially the other one by MinSwap. But I do like the aesthetic. I do think that Saturn Swaps looks a little bit nicer, and I think there's more benefits to them over Snack.fun. For instance, if we look at how this works, step one, create or pick a token. Step two, buy the token on the bonding curve. Sell it anytime you wish. Step four, when 75% of the supply is bought and market cap reaches 42,069 ADA. Step five, a pool with 25% is created on Splash, the Splash DEX, and LP is burned. Now, when you contrast that to Liftoff, I think Liftoff has a more elegant user experience. As a UX designer, I feel like Snack.fun right now is a little too simple. Now, it is fair token launches, no pre-sale, no insiders, no team investors or other dudes, but I feel like it's a quite extremely simple. And I think that the feedback and the design of Liftoff, in my opinion, right? I'm not trying to belittle Snack.fun, but I think that Liftoff looks really good. And I like the interface more with Liftoff. I also like that it's kind of seamless because let's remember Saturn Swap is already a DEX. So having saturnswap.io/liftoff, it's all in one home. So far, I really like this platform a lot. We'll wait and see what happens with Rocket, and all these other ones can also change. But I do like that there's a lower kind of bonding curve, so it's easier to reach that curve. But I also like that there are rewards. Token creators earn double the fees for every trade on Saturn Swap, so it kind of has a nice synergy going on. But let me know what you guys think about these alternatives: Saturn Swaps, Liftoff, Snack.fun, and the others. Let's move on to Stuff.io. The Charles Media token with Charles Hoskinson has sold over 16 million ADA in the first 18 hours of the sale. That's 16 million videos, truly owned, being distributed all over the world on the Cardano blockchain. You can watch it, you can sell it, you can give it away. It is yours. Could this be an album by Snoop Dogg or Rihanna? Yes. So could this be an interview? Yes. So it's kind of the tokenization, the ownership of media, the exchange of media. Creators are paid fairly and there's 100% transparency in total units and secondary markets. And the increased need for this is just going to go up, guys. As creators face more scrutiny, they're going to be incentivized to look to platforms to preserve their media and also allow their fans to kind of play a role in that. We see that too with like Justin Bieber and many others of like opening the ownership of their content. So I think there's going to be a massive potential with stuff like Stuff.io. Want to hear something cool? Team over at MinSwap added a media category for the Charles Media token that launched. So that's nice. Adding a new category, why not? Fantastic giveaway by Dedium. Dedium also, I didn't cover it yesterday, but they have so many benefits with their node. You can do renting of big, powerful GPUs that are hard to get your hands on. So they kind of democratize compute power. And they're doing a giveaway. A node can be rented and turned into a Cardano node, large language model, chatbot, trading bot, or any other use case you can imagine. What would you build with your Dedium node? So in their explainer yesterday, they showed kind of using Dedium, using ADA, renting hardware, doing a bot, a variety of stuff that you can do. So I like this because they provide more utility and they provide more reasons to token holders, and they also democratize compute power. So I think it's an angle that's reminiscent of Render, and I like this. I like the product market fit. I think it's another blue chip alongside like World Mobile Token and many others. Charles says, now let's get to the burning, right? So we'll start with Charles, we'll go to Cardano Yoda. For those advocating burning the funds of the Treasury, understand that the Treasury isn't some pile of pre-printed tokens that came from nowhere. It was aggregated from a tax on block production and transactions. The entire treasury comes from people building blocks and economic activity. You are effectively stealing from every stake pool operator and ADA holder if you burn the treasury. And this makes sense. He also criticized burning back in the day during the Safe Moon era, 2021. And we can see, like, remember Safe Moon? They would tout the reflections and the burning this. And burning, for the most part, guys, is just a marketing gimmick. And it doesn't have that long-term benefit. Think about it. Like, it's just not going to benefit us because there's so much good we can do. And the two things is that it didn't come from nowhere, right? It was a legitimate activity aggregated from the tax on block production and transactions. And especially, you're taken away from like the staking opportunity. You're taken away from those ADA holders, how they can benefit, but also building and when it comes to proposals. So I agree with Charles. Cardano Yoda pretty much echoed the same thing. As a DREP, I firmly oppose burning ADA coins. Some have suggested burning ADA coins from the treasury, but that would be a terrible mistake. Approximately 3.3% of the total ADA is in the treasury. Burning a small amount of these coins might have a short-term impact on ADA's price, and that's what I'm talking about. The long-term would be negligible. Consider what we could achieve with 1.5 billion ADA. We could launch several more catalyst funds, use ADA for liquidity and DeFi, accelerate the development of scalability technologies, fund the deployment of USDC and USDT. Yeah, now you're speaking my language. Heck, we could probably fund Rush Hour 4 if we really wanted to. And even invest in marketing. Guys, Cardano Yoda's based, man. I don't know if he's living on Dantooine or what have you. Let me know if you guys think Cardano Yoda's living on Dantooine. Definitely, he is the Cardano president, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, he gets it. He gets it. He sees the need for these. I see people mock Circle and Tether, and my mind's just blown. It makes no sense. So I appreciate that Yoda is seeing the realness, There are countless ways to spend this ADA to ensure Cardano's success. The worst thing we could do is destroy the very resource that can finance the initiatives. It's true. ADA is a scarce resource with a maximum supply of 45 billion coins. Like Bitcoin, Cardano does not have infinite coin inflation. Keep that in mind. Burned ADA will never re-enter circulation. Apart from fees, the primary source of income for the treasury is the ADA in the reserve, which totals approximately 7.8 billion ADA. Of this amount, around 20% or 1.56 billion ADA will be gradually transferred to the treasury. The ADA in the treasury represents a financial value that can be transformed into other values beneficial to the ecosystem. We should view it as an opportunity to invest wisely in the ecosystem, ensuring some ADA is returned or that the value gained significantly contributes to our success. We must never burn even a single ADA from the treasury. If you share my views, you can delegate to my DREP ID. I definitely recommend Cardano Yoda as the number one DREP. There are many others too, not to discredit them. I like Hosky, I like Stake with Pride, I like many others too, but Cardano Yoda really aligns with my views. He spoke up against the 3U Texo. He supports USDC, USDT. This is also sensible because it's a better long-term strategy. Let me know, guys. Do you support burning, not burning? I would say burning is a bad idea for the long term. So I echo the same thing Yoda and Charles are saying. Finally, let's talk about this speculation that Charles is just abandoning everything. It's quite hilarious. There is speculation that Charles left Cardano after delivering on-chain governance, the Voltaire era, to avoid the complex implementation of scalability solutions like Ouroboros Laos and Peras, which were supposed to be delivered in the Basho era. The completion of the Basho era would thus be left to the community. To my knowledge, Charles never explicitly stated that IOG would leave without delivering the Basho era. As far as I know, the team is currently working on the Ouroboros Peras. So there's constantly this Charles is abandoning it. Memecoin CTO. He was just on a podcast today for 1 hour with Gen ZO. I watched in the morning talking about the DREC Alliance, giving credit to Ripple, giving credit to David Schwartz. All these stupid trolls are fighting each other for pennies as the Chads are working together, and the contributions will continue by the CEO of IOG, who is Charles Hoskinson. It's just hilarious. It's just funny. I believe IOG is going to deliver scalability. In my opinion, IOG should deliver scalability without relying on Treasury funding, but they may rely on Treasury funding, they may not, and then we can vote accordingly, right? That's the beauty of it all. However, I am not aware of IOG's official stance on this matter. Feel free to share your insight if you know anything. We need to clarify whether scalability will be funded by the Treasury or not. So we'll just wait and see. Time will tell, but IOG will continue to play a crucial role in the development and advancing of Cardano. So guys, pretty exciting few days. We recently had Chainlink add ADA with data streams giving low latency resilient market data. We had MetaMask give us a shout out with the Cardano wallet snap. Today we wake up to Snack.fun and IOG joining the DREC Alliance as final founding members. Fantastic, alongside these big names. And Algorand Foundation CTO also hinting again, echoing again about joining as a partner chain. So as the trolls get caught up in 5-minute charts, as the trolls have no social IQ, as the trolls, I don't know, maybe they've never touched grass or never been outside. I mean, I don't know. Like, we can just speculate. We know that it's about time. Cardano's not the only project that's low right now. And always remember that exceptions don't make the rule. And what do I mean by that, right? Pepe went berserk in the middle of bear, right? We had Bonk doing crazy stuff. We had Solana doing crazy stuff. But those are exceptions. And there are other projects and many other projects will always be tied to cycles. And the cycles show us that Bitcoin global search is low, Bitcoin dominance is high. Everything is showing us that the masses are not here. It's a weird irony that the masses come as it's pumping, but it's because Bitcoin's number one marketing tool is what? The price. Bitcoin's number one marketing tool is the price. Therefore, as the momentum starts coming up, that's what makes the masses trickle in. And when it rallies, it can rally fast. So I think that we're kind of replicating what's going on here in 2020. I don't think we're going to see any sort of momentum to the upside until going into the cold months like January and beyond. Really nice buying prices, in my opinion. Obviously, do what works for you with your risk tolerance. But I consider anything at the local floor like 24 cents to 39 cents as a buying range. You guys know that our conviction so far has been true about being bearish post-halving and having downside volatility. But everything is shaping up to have Q1, Q2 to be very potent. We got midnight airdrop with details that will be announced soon. We have everything else with the partner chain and part 2 Chang hard fork. So a lot of excellent stuff. Let me know what you guys are most excited about. Have you used Snack.fun at all yet? Have you used Saturn Swap's liftoff? And what do you think about this DREC Alliance joining Ripple? I like this, guys. I think that Ripple has done a lot of good work to help the industry and fight for DeFi. I think we need to work together. And I love that they want to make it so simple, right? We need to adhere to those expectations by users of password reset, boom, boom, pow. But unfortunately, we've put a lot of the weight on the burden of the user. And just like vehicles, right? When you turn on a car, there's conventions that you adhere to. You don't need to know how everything works under the hood. All that tech is hidden behind obscurity beautifully, and it's just simplified. So I think strides like this will bring together very innovative, bright minds to advance those standards, make it interoperable, and benefit everyone from institutions down to just your everyday user. So guys, exciting times ahead of us. Let me know what you're most excited about. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.